thanks for joining me again. In this video, we'll be discussing visitor visa applications. A lot of clients ask what the difference is between visitor visa, visitor record, and TRV. So let's get right into it. A visitor visa is your status document. That's the document that says you are allowed to stay for X amount of months into Canada. The TRV is that stamp that you get into your passport that allows you to hop on a plane and travel to Canada. Think of it as your right to travel and enter Canada. So visitor record or visitor visa is the status document. TRV is the travel document. For visitor visa applications, there are some key factors that you have to demonstrate to the officer before they approve the application. So what their officers are looking for is the why. Why do you want to enter Canada? And that's very important because it's a visit visa. So the why also has to match the duration. If you're saying I want to come and visit my friends and family, usually a couple of weeks to about a month should suffice. If you're going to ask for a longer duration, you should justify that duration. So for example, if you're saying I need 6 months, you should emphasize why that 6 months is necessary. For example, you may have family members through different provinces. Or for example, you may want to travel back and forth. All visitor visas now are multiple entry. So you can come 2 weeks, exit the country, come back again, etc. Whatever it is, make sure you connect the dots for the officer. I'm asking for this reason, for this duration. And then the other point is, do you have the funds to support your stay in Canada? So the shorter the duration, the less money you got to show in your bank account. The longer duration, the longer you need to show in your bank account. And so again, clients ask, what's the magical number? How much do I need to show in my bank account? And that is a good question. Nobody really knows. There is no set amount that you have to demonstrate where it's a slam dunk, yes, you've satisfied the officer. It's all about connecting the dots for the officer. It has to make sense that you are a genuine, bona fide visitor to Canada. I've gotten many applications approved where the client barely had any funds in their account. However, they had other things like ties to the home country. They had a job back home. They had property back home. They had family that they left behind that they need to go back to. They had a doctor's appointment. Whatever it may be, there was connections in their home country that they had to go back to. So think of it like that. Why am I coming to Canada? How long are you staying in Canada? What's the funds to support your stay in Canada? And what do you have back home that you must go back to? So assume your funds are low, your travel history is low, your purpose of travel is weak. Try to leave a family member behind. For example, a spouse. Don't try to come all together because the officer may think that you're all trying to immigrate to Canada. One person should come, that visitor visa is approved, the next person, etc. So it's really an art as to what documents to present, who should come, should you all come together, etc. And again, it's a holistic application. Think about all of these points that I've made, and once you say, okay, that makes sense, I have $5,000 in my bank account, I want to come for about a month, I've traveled 2 or 3 places, and I have a job back home that I obviously have to go back to, and I have a letter from my employer that authorizes me for a 1-month vacation. That most likely is going to come as an approval. But remember, you have to do the job for the officer. You got to explain all of these points, not just add the documentation. Make sure you add a thorough submission letter explaining each point in detail. If you need any help with the visitor visa application, please do give me a call. Thank you, and until next time.